guys, welcome to another session on the high density solution, and today is day number 3. This is going to be an upper body oxidative workout. The idea is it's aerobic based, so though we're going to be using weight implements, though we're going to be going at a fairly decent intensity, the goal is sustainable, and that's the whole idea of the oxidative workout. So first and foremost, we're going to do our warm up as always. We're going to need a foam roller for this one to get started, and we're going to need a fairly light kettlebell just to get us moving for this, okay? And then for the main workout, you're going to need a slightly heavier kettlebell for your swings and push presses, and then for the end, we're going to be doing gorilla rows, and we're going to be doing some suspension trainer ab work. So you want to make sure you've got your suspension trainer set up, and then you've got it on fairly low, probably low enough to do some knee tucks, or you'll be doing mountain climbers if you don't have the suspension trainer. So don't worry too much if you haven't got one set up ready to go, but if you do, obviously you can get that set up and have the rings fairly low, so you can be doing some knee tucks, and I'll show you that before we get started on there. So now you know what you need. Let's get cracking, guys. We'll start with that first 8 minutes. I'll just get my timer up. I thought I'd put the lock screen on, but as always, I need to make sure I keep the screen on, and that helps keeping the screen on, right? Here we go. So down we go, guys. Today it's going to be upper body, so we're going to focus on the shoulders first. Roll it to the floor. And what you're going to do is just going to dig your shoulder into that roller and roll around. Just find any tight spots, anything worth doing there. If you're fresh to this style of training, or you've not done training for a while, you may find your legs, your shoulders, your lats will all be super sore when you're doing this. And that's why doing a ramp a day, as you'll see with the ramp sessions that we'll set up on there as well for your program, just having a session where you come in, you think about low intensity work, getting some work done in terms of muscle pump work, just some mobility, maybe some power-based stuff, depending who you are. We'll be throwing plenty of those on the channel and in the programs in the future, so you get a really good idea of all the different varieties of workouts you can do. And really it comes down to what your goals are, as always, and also what style of training you prefer. If you're more of a power strength-based athlete and you want to get in some low intensity workouts to keep that frequency high, keep your goals moving forward, reaching your goals easier, the more frequently you can train without exceeding your recovery ability, of course, the faster the results you're going to get. That's something we mention quite a lot. Learn that from Coach Thibodeau, and it's never more true. And with those low intensity workouts, I mean, obviously these ones are more high intensity, which means we're using heavier loads, or we're pushing ourselves with volume, pushing closer to those failure markers and getting fatigue build up. The low intensity sessions should be sessions that, you know, you might get a slight bit of fatigue, a slight bit of pump, but the main focus is on just recovery and getting ready for that next session, but not sitting around doing nothing and just resting. It's getting you to move and be active on those rest days. Okay, guys? Right, so we move on to our first stretch. We've got 2 stretches today. We're going for the lat to ab stretch and the sumo squat stretch. So starting off the lat to abs, sit back in, stretch out the back, and then bring the hips down, chest up, and stretch out the front. I like this stretch. I do it fairly often. This will feature today in the warm-up, but also in our cool down at the end. This is just a nice one, just to stretch out the hips and the abdominals, but also just load up and stabilize those shoulders a bit more. That's good work, guys. And you will notice that is a prime feature of most of the programs, especially in this foundation stage. You'll be doing certain movements a lot, and that's because we're going to go to the sumo squat. So sit down into that sumo squat, and you're going to add that reach in there. So you're just going to reach the head overhead, and then you push down to the floor, stretch out the hamstrings, and then control back down. This may help if you've got something to hold on to, if you need to do the stabilization. So you might have a chair or an exercise bike or some suspension straps to help you get into this squat position. The goal is really just to get into that bottom position, be able to reach out and then stretch up and stretch back. Good. We're going to do it one more time, guys. Just sit back into it, reach up. We don't need to spend ages doing our mobility for the warm-ups because we're trying to get the main movements done. We can add mobility sessions in to our low intensity days if we need to. So now we've done that, we're going to move on to our activation circuit. Today's activation circuit is pretty simple. Hip down push-ups. So you'll start on the floor, a bit like the lat to ab stretch, and from there you're just going to press the upper body up, keeping the hips down. We do 5 reps on there, then you go straight up into plank pull throughs. These are one of those key fundamental movements that we do pretty much all the time, in our warm-ups especially, okay? 5 each arm, passing it through there. And then we're gonna add a deadlift to shrug. So what you're gonna do, put it in one arm, you deadlift down, come up, shrug the shoulder at the top. So the goal is you're gonna feel that in the upper back, the hips and the glutes. We do 5 one side, 5 the other, and then we go again. Here we go then guys, 3, 2, 1, let's go for it. So hip down push-ups first, 5 reps. Keep the hips down, keep the pressure on the arms, squeeze the arms at the top and the chest, so you're feeling those getting activated and getting movement. Good, straight up into the plank pass-through. 5 each arm. Again, nice and controlled, you don't have to rush this. It's not a race, the goal is to get activated in the right muscles, holding the positions as long as possible. We only get 4 minutes, but in that 4 minutes we should be able to get at least 4 rounds done, 3 rounds, 4 rounds. It's not too important, but the goal, so we go down and then we go for the deadlift to shrug. As you see, I go down into the deadlift, up, shrug the way up. Doesn't have to be an excessive load. Again, we're just warming up the body. Squeeze the trap. 1 more of those. Good, I'll go sideways for you so you can see it from the side. Down to the hip, up, shrug at the top. As you get more efficient at it, you can speed the movement up. For staff, just worry about how slow it is. Even if you only get 2 or 3 rounds done of this warm-up, guys, it just means the muscles have started to work and started to get fired. You don't need to be fully engaged or anything like that. But the other thing you can do, if you don't feel like you're warmed up enough from this, is you can just rewind the video, go back and do another 4 minutes until you feel ready. We set it up so that you obviously have about 30 minutes worth of work within time. Well, actually it's 24 minutes, obviously 8 minutes on the warm-up, 8 minutes on the metabolic power circuit, 8 minutes in your accessories, and then a few minutes either side for your cool downs and warm-up obviously at the start as well. If you'd like to start adding a little bit of extra work in there and obviously rewind and go back, you can do that. Or you can start advancing to the other challenges and the other programs that we have starting to get built up. So this is our, as I say, the foundation program. We just start building in some of the basic movements, get you used to it, get used to the way we work. And then once you've done that, we start stepping up the volume, we start stepping up the intensity, we start setting up the skills. Because obviously, that's what really strength is all about. Especially when you haven't got the massive weights that you might have in a gym. You know, when we get to a certain age, I certainly find I absolutely love training. I love smashing the barbell around, I love the heavy weights, but eventually it takes a toll. And you have to kind of make a deal with yourself. I think personally, when you're getting more injuries or just feeling more battered after doing all the heavy, high intensity stuff, you can either decide to keep up the style of training, but lower the total load. So as I've done, I enjoy this style of training that I've created here for Real Fit and obviously the high density solution. So that's what I do. And all I've done is I've just lowered the intensity slightly by using slightly heavier loads and using equipment that I enjoy using. So I enjoy the kettlebell. I think it has the most diverse functions in the fitness industry. No other bit of equipment is like it. And so I use it for everything I do, and I get a much better workout from it. Keep on going then, guys. I won't get a full round done here, but I'll get the pull-throughs and the push-ups done. We've got about 15 seconds left, guys. Keep that going for me. Here we go. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good, guys. Finish off there. Job done. So, we move on to the next section, the metabolic power circuit. This one is super simple. It's an EMOM style, alternate EMOMs. And the EMOMs are fantastic, both for the accessory work, as you'll find in the future programs, but also in the conditioning workouts. The reason they're so good is that they allow you to properly space out and properly pace yourself through the session. You can't really get it wrong. The first minute you're going to start, we're going to do push presses. So grab yourself a kettlebell, we're going to go for 10 reps. Now there'll be 4 rounds of this, so you can either do 2 things. Each round you go slightly heavier, okay? Or you can pick a weight that you feel confident you can get 4 sets of 10 out on a push press. Slight bend in the knee, press out overhead, control back in, press out overhead again. Okay, so you're using a little bit of leg drive to get that kettlebell overhead. 10 one side and then 10 on the other. So you should be roughly getting 10 reps done every 20 to 30 seconds. If you can do that, then good. That means you might get sort of 10 seconds rest before the next one. The next one's then going to be a kettlebell swing, Russian swing, so you can let the kettlebell go through the legs and then pop it up. Allow the arms to bend, squeeze the glutes, and it keeps the kettlebell super close to you. What you notice what a lot of people do is they'll do big swings. When they do the big swing, you have to force yourself back every time, and often that then starts going into the lower back and too much hinging going on. With the Russian swing, you're just popping it up. If you squeeze your upper back, you get a nice total body effect. So like you would do from a clean or from a snatch, you can squeeze the upper back and sort of hitting the upper back, hitting the rear delts, and obviously the glutes as well as you're powering it through. It's a much better way of doing the swing in my opinion, much more efficient, and it gets the work done. So it's 10 each arm on your presses, and then it's 20 swings, okay, inside that minute. And you alternate between those two movements, 20 reps or 10 each arm, 20 swings, every minute on the minute for 8 minutes, so that's 4 sets each. So as I say, you can either go heavier and heavier each time, or you can just decide to use everything in the same time, all right? So I'm going to go with the same weight all the way through. My swing, I'm going to go for 24 kilos. And then for my push press, I'm going to do today, I'm probably going to hit about 16. Now, the good thing about this is that you can change. So after a couple of sets, if I'm feeling good, I'll probably go up to the 20. Give that a little whirl as well. But right now, just to illustrate it and make sure I feel good, I'll start with 16 and see how I feel, and I can always go up. You know, your performance can go up each time. 24 in the swing though, see how that feels. And again, you can go up to 28, go up to 32, whatever you feel comfortable doing, push yourself. It's all about making sure that you get the work done. Okay guys, so we've got 8 minutes. Let's get ready for it. 3, 2, 1. Let's go for it. So, starting off, push presses overhead. We're going to go for 10 reps on here. Now this is the strength and conditioning piece, so you don't generally have to worry too much about slowing it down in the eccentric or anything like that. That's good. Switch it out. And go again, 10 reps on there. This early set, you shouldn't be going to failure. If you pick the right weight for 4 sets, it should be that last set or 2 where you really start to push. Good. I've got about 10 seconds left. As soon as you rest it down, get ready for your swings. 20 swings. We go 3, 2, 1, let's go. So as I say, just utilize that upper back, squeeze it at the top, and use the hips to power out. Keep it going. Feeling good. 20 swings. Pop it down, you get that rest. You see what I mean now? So you get that little bit of time to set yourself up for that next round. Have a little breath, have a sip of water if you need it. Hydration, key to all performance. Here we go. Gone tropical today. Feel tropical. Sub-zero temperatures. Second round on your presses, guys. 3rd minute. 3, 2, 1. Let's go for it. So, dip, drive up. Keep it going, drive in. If you don't go stupid heavy, as I say in the first round, give yourself something to work to. So I know where my limits lie. And I know when to push myself closer to failure and when to hang back, just allow myself to get the work done. That to me is more important, especially as I say, as you get older, as you hit your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, completing the work and getting the volume in and getting the quality of work done is more important than trying to constantly set PRs in your weights in every single thing you do. Let's go again. 20 swings. The way each pathway works, and keep that power high. Good. Pop it down, work it. As I say, as each pathway works, normally when you're looking at phosphagen, you're pushing yourself that little harder. You're looking for rep records, you're looking to push your strength forward, you're looking to move forward and always go one up. Your glycolytic, you're starting off fresh, but by the end, the lactic acid burns there, the failure is kicking in. So again, up to an 8 or even a 9 or a 10 in terms of effort. Here we go, 3, 2, 1 onto your presses. And then for the oxidative, these sessions are all about sustainability. So you shouldn't be worrying about hitting your max weights today. You should be worrying about completing the work in a nice balanced way. If I asked you to do this for an hour, hour and a half, you should be able to do it. That's sustainability, that's oxidative work. And though you'll get a bit of a lactic acid pump like I am now in round 3, it's not about one energy pathway has to work one way. Each energy pathway builds into the next. But the goal is intent in terms of how you actually want to complete that workout. I don't want to be rolling around on the floor in a pile of my own sweat when the goal is to breathe and be in control of that weight. That's what the oxidative session is all about. This will be all explained more and more detail in more videos to come, guys, but just so you get an idea, 3, 2, 1, back to your swing, just so you get an idea of what we're doing and why we're doing it. You know, and why I don't want you to go all out on these sessions, but to go out harder than others. So I feel this now, the upper back and arms, that's where I want to feel it. There we go. Pop it down, we've got 20 seconds, we've got one more set on each one, guys. Feeling good now, feeling the upper back, feeling the arms, feeling the hips, feeling the glutes, feeling the shoulders from the pressing. The weights are good. I think I've got this one right. All that years of experience sort of pays off. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, last one. Let's go. So it's 10 each arm again on that press. Make sure when you do that press, in the end, when your arm's overhead, you want to keep that arm close to the side of the head. You can hold a Coke can. That's what I was always taught. Between your arm and your ear. I apologise if my reps are too short. On my reps, if you're counting them, but if you're doing that, then you can't be working out, right? As I talk and I train, I can't always remember what reps I do. Maybe that's an age thing. There we go, good. 20 swings remain. And then we can move on to that functional pump. It's a good one today, guys. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. But when is functional pump not a good thing, right? Keep it going. Nailed that. There we go. You've got about 25 seconds to the end, guys. If you're done, pop your weights down, have a sip of water. We'll get ready for that functional pump workout. 15 seconds. Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, done. Good. That is our metabolic power circuit finished, guys. As I say, have a sip of water, get ready for that next round, and I'll explain what we're going to do. So for this one, it helps if you have a couple of kettlebells, and if you don't have competition bells like this, then obviously having a slightly raised surface like a step or a bench or something that you can do your rows from is going to help, because we're going to do gorilla rows today. Gorilla rows is when, as you're pulling up with one arm, you're pushing down with the other. So the goal is basically I'm going to push down into that kettlebell, I'm going to row the other kettlebell up to the top and then back in. I'll rock out my 8 reps on one side, I then spin over, and then I can do my 8 reps on the other side. Nice simple setup there, okay? So the way you want to use from that. The second movement is then going to be a sumo deadlift or a sumo squat. So the idea, hold on, chest up to the top, and then control back down, stand on the heels. So you're getting the quads a bit more, but also it is a deadlift variation, so you're still using the upper back and the arms to lift it up and down. We're going to do 8 rows each arm, and then we're going to do 8 sumo deadlifts, so make sure your heavier kettlebells there ready to go. And then we're going to do knee tucks with this suspension trainer. So you basically hook your feet in your suspension trainer as quick as you can. And then what you're going to do is alternating the legs. You just tuck one knee in and then the other. Okay? If you don't have suspension trainers, you can do the same thing. You'll just do mountain climbers. Okay? So what you'll do is go into your deadlift, your push-up position, raise one knee at a time, and do the same 8 each leg with the mountain climber. The idea is you're loading the shoulder, you're in that push position, and you're moving your legs forward and back. That's all that really matters. Suspension trainer is a nice one to do, but if you don't have the equipment or you can't yet do it on the suspension trainer, go down and regress to that mountain climber and do it like that instead. Right then guys, here we go. This is going to be 8 minutes. The goal is to try and get 3 to 4 rounds completed of this particular circuit, this particular complex. Don't get too worried if you do 3 or 2 or even just 1 and then you're sitting the rest of it breathing. The goal is to move at your own pace and to get the work done. We're going to set an 8-minute time cap to get as many rounds in. If somehow you manage to go on and get 5, then go on and get 5. Don't feel like 4 is the maximum. It's just between 3 and 4 is what we're suggesting. And if you can get an extra one out there, if you're quick, then go for it. Okay guys, don't hold back. Go for what you can do. 3, 2, 1. Let's go then guys. So gorilla row first. 8 one side. Really drive the elbow up. Imagine you're trying to pull the elbow up to that back pocket. That should get the lats then. And again, I've lost count, but that doesn't really matter. Switch over the other side. Here we go. Good, drive elbow up. Squeeze the back of the top. Pull with that little finger as well. That helps get that lat engaged. That's good. Sumo squat. Sit back into it. Deep down as you can. There we go. Knee tucks or mountain climbers. Get the work done. Obviously, if you're using mountain climbers, you might be much quicker, more efficient at doing this. 8 each leg. Keep your abs nice and tight. That's good. Take as long as you need to rest. If you're good to go, you go again. Functional pump work is what we do after our oxidative sessions. It's a nice way to complement the more aerobic style of the first part of the workout with a bit more of a glycolytic strength and muscle based workout afterwards. Here we go, chest up, back straight, drive up. Control back down, drive up. Good. Pacing's not so bad, guys. We're just coming up to 2.5 minutes in. What you'll often find, let's make a quick mark, 2 down. What you often find is when there's more bilateral movements, for example, we're doing the squat and everything else, that you might find you get through the rounds quicker. When there's more unilateral, single arm stuff like this, single leg, you might find it takes a little longer and you get less rounds in. But the most important thing is you use auto regulation. You do what you can in that time. We're doing good, guys. Getting a little warm now. Yeah, the pump is real. Struggling to take off tops is what we do. Oh no, Sumos, I do apologise. Here we go, sit back in, drive up to the top. Keep that going. I just want you to keep on working, guys. As I say, if you're going ahead of me, then keep going. See how many rounds you can do. If you're taking a bit of a rest, and you're still just going, then keep on going. No one's going to do the work for you. No one's going to praise you. You're here on your own, you're doing this work. That's what it's all about. You know, when the times are tough, the weather's dark, the nights are cold, you know, people see you walk down the street or on the beach by the pool, and they might think, oh, man, he must have good genetics. Well, if you're anything like me, you don't have good genetics. But you've got the drive, you've got the will. And it's these sessions right now, when no one's watching you, you're just getting the work done. This is where the real results happen. Anyone can get motivated in a group or a class. Anyone can turn up when there's people there on the competition floor and perform. But when you're all on your own, in your garage, in your bedroom, wherever it is you train, in the garden, maybe in a gym, who knows? It's when no one's there, when no one's watching you get the work done. That's when the time really counts and those real results kick in. It's times like this. Keep it up, guys. We've still got 2.5 minutes left to go, so we can at least get one more round out, if not 2. That's good. And again, as we build and grow these functional pump workouts, these AMRAPs are a really nice way to start, but eventually we start building in different methods again every 90 seconds, every minute on the minute, where it's a bit more strict time, but it gives you that emphasis to kind of get a particular amount of volume in to work towards new goals. And that's what it's all about. Here we go. We're gonna get one more round in, guys. Come on, let's go. If you're on round 6 already, you're doing it. Smashing it out. Here we go. 1 more minute left. Round 5. I'm going for 6. Let's do it. Keep it going for me. Here we go. That's it, good. We're just sticking to simple compound movements. Done in that circuit fashion, pumping up the muscles. We've still got 15 seconds, guys. Here we go, we've got time. Keep going. 10 seconds. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There we go, good. 6 rounds. That's what it's all about. So, if you're recording these, guys, which you should be, obviously, and you're coming back to do future workouts, you're coming back to redo the workout again, obviously what score you got this time around and the weights you used or what you record, next time you do it, try and do a little bit more. So, simple ways to do that, you could do 9 reps instead of 8 reps and try and get the same number of rounds done, getting 1 more rep each time. You can use slightly heavier weights, depending what the jump is. I often say that really you want to be doing, or be able to do around 15 reps of a particular exercise with a particular weight before you utilize it for higher volume stuff like this or use it a lot. So that gives you an idea really what you're looking for once you can do sort of 15 reps with it or so. But with each stage, with each new style of workout we do, with each new way of doing the functional pumps, with doing the aerobic accessories, you'll learn what your weights are for certain reps and get the most out of it. Right then, guys, we'll go into that cool down now. Let's do it. So cross that leg over. We're going to sit back in. We're going to stretch out the glutes first. Obviously, these have been utilised in that swing. Down we go. Hand in the gorilla rows and the sumo squat. So the glutes, we've got quite a lot of work today. So we're just going to stretch those out for about 30 seconds each side. Hopefully you enjoyed that, guys. That's a really nice setup. The oxidative going onto the functional pump is really the fun day of the week. On week 1, that is our Friday. We get a functional pump Friday. Then the second week, it comes along on the Wednesday or the second day of the week. And then obviously it's the Monday of the third week, which is normally the toughest week. So to start off with the oxidative one, with a bit of a functional pump afterwards, it just allows you to get warmed up for the week. I found that's the best way of setting up the weeks and getting it done. Again, these will be explained more and more in more videos to come. That's good, guys. Now we're going to do lats rab for 30 seconds, guys. So just like I'm doing the warm up, sit back, stretch out the lats at the back and the shoulders. And then we're going to bring the hips forward, stretch out front. And again, very basic movements, done repeated over time is what it's all about. And the foundation stuff, you know, what we try and preach at level 1, at the first level, which is the foundational sort of work level, whether it's nutrition, whether it's training, whether it's mindset, whatever it is, it's the real fundamentals, the things that, you know, without being able to do every day, there's no point trying to do the next thing, trying to be bigger, stronger, faster, until you've got the fundamentals right. That will come in itself. And really, the emphasis should be in your training that if you can get all the fundamentals right, you do the stuff, you'll get all the results you want from doing that. But then you can look at maybe enhancing and going forward, and every now and again you might want to try something for a very short period of time, maybe a couple of months, trying to hit a particular goal, and then you can get back to the foundations, get back to the starting block and just get the work done and start building in your fitness, your conditioning, your strength, your muscle, all those extra things, guys. It's been an honor, guys, once again to be able to train you. Like and share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're always looking for new athletes to join the high density solution and join the high density athlete crew. So join in, tell your friends, get them involved. If people are looking for a little workout to do, with some kettlebells or some body weight, this is a perfect start for them to get going. If they like training and they want to do a bit more, then we've obviously got more programs to come in the future, guys. So just be awesome, go get that day, and I'll see you guys soon.